Welcome to episode 4, Building in Public, Decoding Fabrics. I believe in learning by doing, so in this episode, we'll be visiting the most famous fabric markets in India and we'll be figuring out all possible fabric options which will be most suitable for our collection. But I'll just quickly show you why we're doing what we're doing. Just have a look at it. I'm genuinely having fun now. First up is the Mangaldas market. You never return from that market the way you left. And I mean it literally. This is how I left and this is how I came back. Now let me show you how it is while taking you through 5 things you must know before you ever visit this market. Guys, so we'll be going to the Mangaldas market today for fabric sourcing. We are already ready with your designs. We know exactly what we're going to be bringing in for the collection number 1, the Sandana collection. Let's go.
गाइस मंगलदास में मारवाड़ी आनी चाहिए, सब तुम्हारे दोस्त बन जाते हैं।
मैंने आवे Next up is Mulji Jeta market, which is like the most sophisticated version of the Mangaldas market. Here, big time players, businessmen sit in small offices doing tons and lakhs of turnover like it means nothing. So, the one thing that I especially learned here was how do you actually get into business with these big time players? Why should they entertain you when you're just starting off? Step 1, leverage an already established relationship. Step 2, show them what you can do for them. Step 3, laugh on every possible joke.
He is very fun-loving person और ये इतनी चीजें करते हैं अभी अब मैंने नंबर सेंड किया ना इनका सिवा वो स्टेटस चेक करते हैं.
And step 4 is talk about your vision confidently.
These you have to know the blend is 60-40, 60% spun polyester, 40% lyocell, not lyocell, cellulose.
And I think one of the hints for a later stage is to always order for samples and pay in advance. Don't be cheap at that moment in the relationship.
This world is crazy, yo. Steady, go. This world is crazy, yo. Steady, whoa. This world is crazy, yo. Steady, go. This world is crazy, yo. Steady, whoa. This world is crazy.
So after going through almost a gazillion fabrics out there in the market, I then went on to start where it all began, at my home. And I literally raided my wardrobe to actually see what sort of fabrics am I even wearing right now. And I was completely shocked looking at the things that I thought were linen ended up being polyester. The things that I thought were cotton were some sort of blends that I did not even know about. So I was completely shocked. I'm going to take you guys through a raw footage. Don't judge, okay? Please don't judge. I have a very messy wardrobe. Okay, that's a lot of clothes. Let's see though. Let's start figuring out which one is what material. This is something that I bought from H&M. It does have a Sandana vibe to it. Let's figure out the fabric of this thing. Oh my god, it's 99% polyester and 1% shell, spandex. How is this just polyester, guys? I get the spandex bit, but damn. That is crazy. Oh, again, this one. I'm super excited to know the fabric for this one. This is a very different kind of... Oh my god, again, 87% polyester and 13% spandex. So these H&M and the likes of Zara, they are actually using a lot of polyester in their making, which is very surprising because they charge you quite a bit, right? Zara does charge you quite a bit, but it's still using only polyesters. That just tells you the amount of margin these guys have. But their designs are really good, so I understand that. The more I work in the fabric, this thing, I realize that, okay, it's really all about how that fabric feels in the moment. It's not about what it really is, to be honest. So after doing all of this, we were finally at a place where we had already liked a few fabrics which were perfect for our collection. We quickly ordered yardages for the same. Yardage is basically the meters that is required for one item of your clothing, right? So let's say if I want to make a shirt, it's like 2 to 3 meters, but we ordered 10 meters anyways, so that we don't have to do a lot of back and forth, let's say if one sample goes wrong, right? So we ordered them, we received them just recently, and I'll just quickly show you how that went. Okay. So we have received our first fabric samples here. We'll be checking it out, we'll be sort of cutting yardages out of it and sending it across to our stitching units to get our first garment made. I'm so excited to even see the fabrics. I'll quickly give you a sneak peek of the kind of amazing fabrics that we're using, putting into our clothes. Hope you like it. Let us know your feedback as well. This is for a shirt. Amazing. Wow. This is too good. This is for our pants. Okay, we've received the wrong fabric. This is not the color that we look for. So I'm gonna quickly tell the manufacturers that they've sent wrong fabric. Damn. So I cut the video short because I was genuinely pissed myself. I had received the wrong color and wrong fabric the first time I placed an order for my brand, and I was pissed, but then I had to realize that okay, I need to sort the situation out. So then we ended up, me and my designer together, we ended up creating a system where anytime we place an order, it has to be pitch perfect from our end, right? Because even if there is some problem and the other party might be at fault or whatever it is, I believe that our systems have to be so sorted that we can come back to it and tell them that okay, we have provided this information and something wrong has happened, right? And when you're playing with, like when you're ordering from these big players, you have to be as seamless and as frictionless as possible for them, right? So we've built a system where now any order that comes out of us or goes out of us will have strictly mentioned data, where we'll be mentioning the name of the fabric, the code, the color code, the kind of fabric, how it is called commonly in the market, and how description of how it will be, how the manufacturer will be able to remember that fabric, as well as like the pictures of it, if at all we have the swatch book, right? So I think this system will help us in the long run and will save us a lot of time along the way. So yeah, make systems, guys. SOPs is your part of the job as a founder. Okay, that's it for this episode. We'll be seeing you in the next one, where we'll be sorting out our stitching, we'll be figuring out our stitching units and actually get the fabrics that we've selected now made and built into a full garment. And we're super excited for it. I hope by the next episode we'll be able to get our sampling done for the whole collection and actually tease a bit of it with you guys. Wish us luck, and make sure to subscribe to our channel, like, comment and share this video. It's taking a lot of efforts to make one of these at a time. So yeah, do share, and I'm so happy to have you guys along in the journey. Let's build something big. Let's go. See you in the next one.